I'm not sure, actually. I don't know.
say merry-go-round or waypoint.
I wouldn't mind casting another game on merry-go-round.
Waystation.
Waystation.
I think he's hoping for close spawns here. Wants to put some more direct pressure on, kind of like what we saw in the previous game.
Do you think there's any chance Kira will do any kind of cheese here?
If they are close spawns, maybe. Long spawns, I don't think so. What do you think?
I'm leaning towards no, but just the way that these games have been going today for Cure, I'm getting a little bit worried about him. And speaking of games, game number 2 is now loaded up. We have our Protoss player Super going up against Cure. The winner here goes on to our final best of 3 against Younghwa.
The top right in the light blue. It is Super. In the Walter White meth.
Walter White meth. Is this the map with the Walter White meth as minerals?
I think so, actually. One of many maps to have this.
Nope,
No,
this is not one of them where the minerals are in trays. In the south, we have
Cure.
But a cure to what? Not Protoss so far.
I think it's actually cure, like as in the verb to cure meat. I think that's where you get his ID from.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
It's definitely not to like cure a disease or like a spell in a RPG where you heal somebody. Definitely no way he's actually.
Well, I would like to correct you. In many games, cure actually does not heal.
Remove poison.
It removes poison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy.
And sometimes darkness.
Cura is the one that like heals you, right?
Well, that depends on the RPG. Yeah, there's cure and there's cura. There's, I don't know, what's the third one?
I don't know. There's like some
right
weird...
now. I don't know how many Phoenix Downs Cure is going to need to get through this group, but he's going to need a lot.
It's like some other weird healing spells, like in Golden Sun, the water people used like Ply. That was the spell they used.
When I would play these old RPGs,
you
like
need to play
Nintendo.
Golden Sun, man. You need to.
What is that on?
Game Boy Advance, but you can like put it on your phone. It's amazing.
I might just do that, Wolfie.
I might actually join you and play it again.
I remember these old RPGs I'd play, and they'd have a spell called like Harm. I'm like, what is that?
Yeah.
Only to find out like near the end of the game that I could have killed all the undead so easily with my white mage.
You know, in Earthbound and Mother 3 has like so many weird status ailments.
Yeah.
Like homesickness. And it's like you know, for example, Ness has like a favorite food. The default is steak. If you have homesickness, like when you're trying to attack someone, like Ness really wanted to eat a steak, or Ness was thinking about his mom.
I still got to play those games.
You got to do it.
It's so funny because I mean my entire life and career is really centered around gaming, but you still just don't have enough time to play all the games.
There's so many games.
It's like trying to read all the books that there are.
Yeah.
You know. Well, the factory is going to finish up here.
Yeah, and Cure sees everything with his SCV, and he's again rushing out Hellions. We saw this in the previous TVP he played. Didn't work out so well for him. This time he's not scouted though, so we could see the Hellions like more heavily committed to. He could go more than 2 here. We saw last time he even almost got blocked with a pylon on when he was switching his add-ons. He got the spawning positions he was hoping for. At least I would say he was most likely hoping for. Kind of weird if you wanted to play cross spawns against a Protoss. What is going on over here? Is he going to hide a command center?
Yeah, he is. He's going to hide a command center. And we haven't seen this in a long time. In fact, this hasn't really been a thing since, I think, the first few months of the GSL back in Wings of Liberty, because it just got phased out. I mean, there's actually not a lot wrong with it if you do it so rarely it doesn't get caught.
Yeah. Well, gets 2 probes, 3 including the scouting probe. No, there was no scouting probe, so 4 kills. That pays for the Hellions. Gets some scouting info. Yeah, the last time I can think of like a really high-profile command center hide that really changed the game was like Jockey versus Leenock.
MVP or something? Oh yeah, that's right. That was Jockey versus Leenock. Okay, guys. So here's how you do a command center hide. Since we never ever talk about this, you land all of your mules at the third base, the hidden expo. You do not land a single mule anywhere else, and the reason for that is that if the hidden base is spotted, you have at least sucked up as much money as humanly possible. Because let's be realistic here. The bottom right base, the hidden base, is probably, if even in any other circumstance, is never going to be touched in almost any game you've ever played.
Yeah.
Now, this is interesting.
He actually doesn't have anything except a Widowmine to defend right now.
Well, this might go terribly. But, yeah, you want to do that. Now, one way to check and see, an easy way to tell if your opponent doesn't have anything is to actually, or it has a hidden base, excuse me, is to see if he has absolutely no mules ever. But even then, it's so much better to just suck up all those minerals and then float the command center there away after it's spotted.
I don't know how he has a read on this, but he's going to
go for God!
He's going to go for an immortal bust here, it looks like. I think he's just
MC style.
I think he's just looking at this like, you know what? You just want Hellions. You don't have a lot of units with this.
Let's face it. I mean, this base is so naked. It doesn't make any sense. It's not like this was the super fast 3-stalker secret rush that's never lost before. And he had to whip this out, in the last few moments to get out of Group D of Code A. No, this is just he just showed up with stalkers, and there's nothing here, which lends itself to clearly something else is going on.
I think, for him, he might still be thinking, wow, you must have really committed to, like, that gas first Hellion. You really don't have anything. I don't think he's thinking there's another base necessarily.
Oh, my God. He almost got that.
Well, the
Does he get an Observer next? Is that how this works?
I think so, yeah. 2 Immortals and then an Observer. He might also get a Warp Prism, but I doubt it.
There are the mules, by the way, guys.
A Siege Tank on the way. He's so desperate here.
Well, the Siege Tank's the best move possible. If he gets a Siege Tank out, he might actually just hold this. But the second Immortal is going to be the real tell here.
If he actually can't, if he can't break this, then the third command center becomes all the more valuable. And you know what? I'm not so sure he can actually break this. The Time Warp makes a big difference.
He got the Widowmine. Thank you. Forgot how to cast this game.
Actually,
and that's a GG. Okay.
I was like, well, he's got a lot of Marines, but no, his Stalkers do pretty well against Marines.
I think had he not been so greedy with the third command center, it could have been a different story, but he wasn't even ready to defend his second. And in those spots, upper right versus bottom left, it's not hard to get down there. Granted, you warp in most of your units. The travel distance for the Immortals it's pretty easy to get over there.
Yep. That was a pretty funky one. Like, I actually thought for a second he was just going to have enough Marines there, but no. Stalkers actually are they have so many hit points, and when you add Time Warp to the equation, it's just you can't kill them without stem bases with Marines. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, we saw Kira almost lose with stem in the last game. So we're going to have a rematch now. It's going to be Younghua against Super.
Yes. And Kira drops out in 4th place.
No Terran today, guys.
Really, really nice play in SPL, but when it comes to individual leagues, I guess he's just not fit to make the cut.
Hope to see him again here in the future, but yeah, for now, he doesn't cut it. So after the short break, we're going to go on to our final match, the rematch, a PvP between Younghua and Super.